It did. I mean, I think it's an interesting. I'm always curious as to kind of what the next space is going to be and how new things are going to be marketed. I mean, I remember going into the Hustler store when it first opened in Hollywood,
right.
And I walked in and I said, "It's white. It's
bright
clean. It's white.
It was clear that a woman was in charge of it."
And there were a couple of people, hey, can I help you? Very calm, and it was so nice to go into some place that was just, I mean, I didn't have to squint. I didn't have to, kind of hold
things up to a
flashlight. I didn't have to go behind the curtain. I could see everything.
Worry about what surface you were touching.
Well, there's that. And so as I was...
Those are scary.
Yeah. We saw those trends. I think, at Erotica LA, I remember seeing, trends in color of toys and trends in, all of those things. So I think it's going to be interesting to see where this goes and kind of how people start to change that marketing and start to change the packaging. I mean,
here's 50 Shades in the Sex and Mischief. Literally, they came out with the best black and white, sort of almost like film noir-esque.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this fabulous model on it, so, sportsheets.com. And they have her on there, and she's doing things, and this woman is like so into what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else has knocked off their black and white packaging. So I mean, here's the thing, I don't think I'm telling you anything new. In the area of the adult novelty, everyone knocks off everyone else.
Of course.
Just like, and they might put little sparkles in or spangles in, or they might put, 9 different cycles on it, or they might put this in. But I'll tell you, one of the things that I am seeing that is coming, the trend that I see coming forward in the area of sexuality, period, we are going to see people wanting to change their sexuality energetically. It is not just going to be the essence of the body, it is going to be the energy. And that is going to be something that, and this is, I'm not speaking of Tantra, I'm not speaking of moving energy, I'm speaking of literally creating a different energetic thing that is part healing, because we have a lot of people that have had their sexuality and their sexual function interrupted, taken away, hurt, massacred in some cases. And we are born of sexuality, we are born of this, it's the most natural thing. And really, in large part, for most people, sexuality and love kind of like walk, really close, very hand in hand. And really what we're in these bodies is to love and be loved. And sexuality is part of that extension of it. But a lot of us, I see that there's going to be either with product that can assist that, or things that can do more of a healing modality. We're going to have more people who are going to become specialists in energetic sexuality work. And I'm already seeing it. And I'm also seeing in the area of toys and products, because everyone has their trade show that they go to. Mine's the Adult Novelty Manufacturers Expo. Trade show for sex toys. And what I see is more toys that are being developed for couples by smaller groups that are couples. And they're going, this is what I wanted, and I'm interested. And actually, I had the woman who created a thing called fixation, and this is like, wow, it's awesome. And what it is you've heard of the We Vibe, which has the assertive section to it. This is a couple's vibe that does not have any form of penetration to it, and it's worn like a little belt, so almost like a little garter thingy.
Yes.
And it's got 3 different speeds to it, and pardon me, two speeds, 4 variations, 5 variations.
Didn't I see that someone mentioned that this actually was placed properly? Like the way it was made, it was. Everybody kept saying, "Thank you, you're not vibrating my belly button anymore."
Right. No, and what it is it's almost like having garter belt straps. And it holds in place, so it's part pressure and part rocking. But particularly if the woman is on top, she can hold it in place. And as the woman who designed it told me, she said it works really well when I am on my husband's leg, like more over his leg or on a chair. because then she can control the motion.
right.
Because of course the person on top is the person who's in charge.
Yeah.
Hello and thank you.
I love that when you said that, all three of us just.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
This is going. Yeah, that's how it works. And what she said is that for her, what she wanted was little demo.
Yeah.
What she wanted is she wanted to have a product for herself and her husband, so that they have children, they both have busy lives, they wanted to be able to orgasm together. And I'll tell you, the number one question that is asked in Cosmo, the first one, how can I have an orgasm during intercourse? Number two, how can we have an orgasm together? And the main reason, and Kate White told me this probably 10 years ago, because I said, okay, what's the number one question you could ask? Because they were asking me. And she and the other one were just one that goes, oh, it's always the same one. How can we have an orgasm during intercourse? And the reason for that, if you think about it, you tease that apart, Cosmo may say that its demographic is de blah de blah. It's actually skews very young. And what happens is, what typically happens when girls are having sex for the first time? They're typically having it with someone who's slightly older. So, someone who might be slightly older will then tell her, all my other girlfriends have orgasms. Which I have to tell you, when I do my ladies presentation and I say, chances are that's not necessarily accurate, all of the women lie. Because, you know, I mean, women and men both fake.
Yes.
And they fake because they know nothing's going to happen and it's starting to hurt, but they don't want the other person to feel badly.
Right.
So, I mean, when I look at the toys that are being created, and this thing is terrific. So it's called Fix, F-I-X, Sation, S-A-T-I-O-N. Yeah, and it's
Well, now we can look for that, and we need to look for Buck Angel's toy.
Yes.
Oh, what's his?
Yes.
He's putting together a strap-on that's really meant to work with an actual vagina and clitoris, since that's what he has.
Right.
And I'm really looking forward to this idea.
Yep.
Because most strap-ons do the same kind of thing as these other things, where they're sitting, okay, and if it's a vibrate, if it has vibration to it or whatever, okay, you're vibrating my pelvic bone. That's just not sexy.
Yeah.
It actually kind of hurts.
No, and also, if there isn't enough cushioning, women have told me that it starts to bruise.
It hurts.
Yes.
Yeah, and if it's or part of it is insertable, but still it's not quite.
What did you think about the Fieldo?
Place? I haven't used one. I've held them, and I don't know, it wasn't.
I looked at them and I thought, some of them I think, it's almost like they would be heavier.
I don't even.
It was developed by Tantus.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was something else.
It's the Tantus. It was developed by
Then I take that back.
Matus at Tantus, and it's called the Fieldo, F-E-E-L-D-O-E, and it was designed as something that would be held within. You know, the woman would insert it vaginally, and then holding on with strong PC muscles, use that as a way for penetration with a partner.
Wow.
Now, so you have to have really strong PC muscles.
So that I like, because I have used that one. And yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And for me personally, like it's like you really have to worry about whether or not it's just hitting you, if it's coming out. And it's heavy.
Okay,
it is heavy. Because silicone can be heavy. Yeah.
And the minute you say I have to worry about, I'm thinking great. So now I'm thinking. So now which
in
is
certain
like
positions,
not working.
it works. But in other positions, it's a little awkward. And I did find that particular one, it has like a little mini vibe that can go inside of it. And the vibration is not bad, but the actual little vibrator, once the battery dies, you're screwed. You
can't replace it.
No. What? You can open it, you can take the battery out, but the chances of finding that replacement battery, forget it. I've gone to adult stores, I've gone to watch stores, I've gone everywhere.
At a hardware store.
Forget it. We've gone to hardware stores everywhere. You can't. Found one's almost like it, and if it's almost like it, it doesn't work.
Right.
Because you know, my suggestion then is to head down to one of my favorite places in the entire world. My favorite stores to go into? Hardware stores.
I love them.
Oh,
They're fun.
I think that I'm in heaven.
They're amazing.
Koontz Hardware. K-O-O-N-T-Z. Koontz Hardware on Santa Monica.
Okay.
In West Hollywood. fabulous. They have every style of battery. They have every style of battery, and they'll say this one doesn't work with that. Try this one with this.
Because
And it's in West Hollywood, so I'm sure they've had all kinds of stuff.
You would go. Yeah, try to replace the battery in it, not so much. So.
And you want something that that you can use.
Right.
That's, hey, here's the thing that happens often with adult novelties and toys. They know that they have a built-in no return policy, so it doesn't matter if the thing's an absolute piece of doo-doo.
Absolutely.
Right.
Which I think is just so unkind, because then what it does, it tells people there's something wrong with your body.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with your body.
Big time.
This thing doesn't work.
Right.
It wasn't designed to work. It's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
And I think people, caveat emptor, I think people need to be buyer beware and know, and that's where, when I go to the trade show, I have a friend of mine who goes, come on, let's go make people nervous. That's good. But we want to know, where does it come from? Who made it? And I don't want to buy from a distributor. I want to buy from the manufacturer. I want to know what made you decide on this. I want to know these things, because I want to tell people, and then I have field researchers test things.
And then I think now too, and myself as well, people now want to know really what are the materials?
No question. No
What are the
question.
materials? What chemicals, what things have been used
Yeah, is
to
it
make
phthalate
this
free?
that you didn't have to list?
Right.
Because it's not like we get an ingredients list
Right.
on a thing that I'm putting in my body.
Yeah, what did your grandfather in here? Yeah,
I wanna
and
know.
and I think where that came from is when they started having phthalate-free and bisphenol A and everything for mothers with their babies, with the nipples, where they were saying, oh no, we are not allowing this, we are not allowing nipples to be made, that with phthalates in them, because there is the carcinogenic potential for them.
Right.
Then women were looking at this and going,
But it's
okay, it's in my
it's in
body?
my vibrator, it's in my dildo.
Yeah.
Why am I?
Why is it okay?
How is this possible?
How is that
Okay, we can't put it in the baby's
Yeah.
mouth, but it can go in my vagina. Okay, I can see that there are other things that you wouldn't cross that line with, but in this
Yes.
case.
So I like to see the new things that are coming forward. I mean, there's the vegan condom that's come in, Glide,
Interesting.
and it is truly vegan, because what they do is, and I was the same thing. I was like, this. How did that happen? Latex is from the plant. How do you qualify? And what it is that there's a certain. Let me see if I've got this right.
Biodegradable.
That I don't know. Sustainable.
Oh, okay.
Sustainable and free market.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. But there is instead of using an animal-based, milk-based protein to do a certain curing part of the condom, they use a plant-based one, which actually makes it smoother. So I'm actually going to the Sex Summit this weekend in San Francisco that Good Vibes is doing, and I'm wanting to see stuff. Actually, the woman who is Glide Condoms is the one who said she couldn't go. I knew her through another person. She said, "Do you want my ticket?" And I was like,
Sure.
"I'll go."
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice.
But so there's other products like that coming forward. I mean, we're seeing a range of different things that we never would have seen on the market before.
Never.
We've got, lubricants that are being targeted to people who want very specific things.
Yes.
Women do not want to be putting things that have perfumes and dyes and garbage inside of them.
God.
Nor should
It's- No, nor should they.
Nor
And as
should
one
they.
OBGYN said, if you wouldn't put it here,
Yeah.
don't put it there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if it's going to
Yes,
irritate this
membrane.
tissue, which goes into the nasal epithelium, going into oral mucosa, oral mucosa is almost identical to vaginal mucosa. So,
Yeah.
here we go.
Don't do it.
And I have done,
The little skin
skin
test.
tests, and I mean, and anybody who I've met who's trying something new, put it here first. Just
Yeah.
do a little
Make sure.
Make sure.
Yeah.
You would rather
Yeah,
have
if
a
you're not
tiny
gonna put
little
it here.
red mark here than something a whole lot worse. So
That would last for a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
it could be worse.
So we only have a couple more moments.
Okay.
What are your future plans? What are you working on? What are you gonna go work
Future plans right now?
Yep.
I have shot both of my ladies' seminar and my gentleman's seminar in their entirety, all 3 hours. So they are going to be parceled up into handy dandy little, you can purchase whichever one you
Clips.
want in however, so you can get the whole thing if you want, or you can just get the oral sex, you can get the manual sex, you can get whatever part you want.
Mm-hmm.
The ladies seminar, I have one more thing that I have to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
The men's seminar is magic and it's fabulous. So that's next
And this will be on the new website.
that'll be on my new website.
LouPaget.com.
Yeah, LouPaget.com. And what I'm also looking at is, the different trends of what people are doing, within their relationships,
Mm-hmm.
within their sex lives. I never stop that. And I am speaking worldwide continuously. I have to do a response back to South Asia for something else.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And so I'm being the quintessential student.
Fabulous.
Always,
Wonderful.
always asking, always looking for where's the new information,
Mhm.
who's got it, what's coming, what's not. Ooh, the biggest area we're seeing now, and we're all seeing this, is the impact of the study of neurochemistry
Mm.
and all of the brain chemistry and how that's impacting desire, sexual function. And actually Brian Alexander, who wrote the book with, I forget his name, oops. But Brian's name's on there, Brian Alexander. And it's sex, the sexual chemistry book.
Uh-huh.
And it's brand new, it's just come out. It's fabulous.
Ooh,
It's
cool.
fabulous. Yeah, it's really
Definitely.
good. So,
Thank you.
My
Thank you so
pleasure.
much.
So
I
much.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
bye.